Please welcome to the stage Vice President and Head of Digital Health Team, Hun Pak.
Welcome to Samsung Health Mega Session. We're proud to host our Health Mega Session this year, and thank you for joining us here in person and virtually all around the world. With today's Health Mega Session, you'll see Samsung's vision of connected care through the new features of our Samsung Health app and gain insights from our Samsung Galaxy Watch users. Also, you'll hear about our Open Innovation Initiative with top healthcare institutions and learn about our Privileged Health SDK and Health Stack with partner use cases. So you ready for an exciting 90 minutes with us? Here we go. Our vision is to improve the health of billions of people through connected care across the health value chain. To realize this vision, let's focus on some of the new features of our Samsung Health app. We all know that change is hard, right? So we're making forming healthy habits easier than ever with Samsung Health and our new Galaxy Watch series. Samsung Health can help you develop healthy habits by providing insights on what you're doing well, what needs improvement, all based on data. As mentioned earlier, we see a future of connected care centered around the home. And we're imagining how we can support not just isolated tasks, but also your life routines. Broadly speaking, Samsung Health helps you to stay fit through exercise, stay healthy by monitoring your heart health, and to sleep well with a peace of mind. Let's look at each function a little bit more. Knowing your target heart rate during exercise can help you pace your workouts, prevent burnout, and maximize your overall performance. And because the optimal heart rate zone for each person varies, the Galaxy Watch 6 series uses personalized calculations to come up with your target heart rate zone. So let's say you want to stay in zone 3 and prompts you to slow down when your heart rate crosses the threshold for zone 4. And it will nudge you to pick up the pace if your heart rate falls below the target zone. Beyond the personalized heart rate zone, beyond the personalized heart rate zone for your workouts, you'll now be able to monitor your heart health. Your heart rate and rhythm are key indicators for your overall health, and we provide a way to passively monitor both conveniently on your wrist. With the Galaxy Watch 6 series, tracking your heart rate and getting real-time insights into your total wellness is effortless. You'll get alerts if you experience a low or a high heart rate while you're resting. And you can gain deeper insights into your cardiovascular health with a new irregular heart rhythm notification, or IHRN. It works with the existing Samsung Health monitoring app to detect abnormal heart rhythms or potential atrial fibrillation, which can often be asymptomatic and go undetected. This year, we're focusing on sleep, as you heard. Sleep is a window to our health and well-being. It not only plays a pivotal role in restoring and repairing our bodies and our cells, but it also reveals our overall health status, especially as it relates to cardiac risk. Overnight, the Galaxy Watch 6 series takes various measurements to gauge the quality of your sleep. In the morning, it sends you a sleep score, all based on an analysis of a hypnogram, which identifies the different stages of your sleep cycle. The PPG sensor inside the Galaxy Watch 6 series recognizes the different stages by measuring your heart rate and heart rate variability, which changes according to the brain waves. You can also find blood oxygen level and measure how much you have snored during the sleep. And you can easily check all of this right on your wrist. The Samsung Health app on your phone provides a further breakdown of your sleep score so that you can better understand why you may or may not have gotten a good night's rest. Accurate information is important, and so is what you do with that information. That's where the coaching comes in. Our coaching program analyzes your sleep and provides an easy-to-follow guidance so you can manage your sleep. Of course, improving sleep quality isn't just about what happens at night. Depending on the analysis, we send you gentle reminders to encourage you to build healthy behaviors throughout the day. So for example, by encouraging you to meditate or to reduce your caffeine intake. In addition, new and updated watch faces also make it easier than ever to see your score and get reminders, prompting those positive habits and healthy bedtime routines. So, instead of taking our watch off and charging it at night, wear it. And today, we're introducing what we're doing with the data intelligence team of Samsung Research to provide a better sleep experience. Let's check in on James to tell you more.
Now let us welcome Master of Data Intelligence Team at Samsung Electronics, James Gerasi.
Good afternoon. My name is James Gerasi. I'm a data scientist at Samsung Research in Seoul, South Korea. Today, I'm going to introduce some of the data here at Samsung Health. Samsung Health is one of the premier services offered by Samsung. It operates globally in over 180 markets. It has over 200 million registered users, and it fully utilizes Samsung's device and software ecosystem. Samsung Health's sleep-related features, enabled by the Galaxy Watch, are among the most popular features provided by Samsung Health. These features include sleep tracking, which helps users become aware of their sleep behaviors, and sleep coaching, which helps users build better sleep habits. Sleep tracking has seen a nearly 200% increase since 2021, with over 700 million nights of sleep logged within the year ending May 2023. Samsung Health Sleep Coaching is a newer service launched in February 2022, but is now being enjoyed across a wide range of demographics with an approximately even split between those over the age of 40 and those under the age of 40. Today, I'm going to talk briefly about both sleep tracking and sleep coaching at a macro level. The sleep tracking functions of Samsung Health are enabled by the Galaxy Watch and allow for accurate measurement of sleep onset, when you go to sleep, sleep offset, when you wake up, and sleep stage, how deeply you're sleeping. Here, we're going to use the anonymized information to look at social jet lag. Now, most of us have heard the term jet lag, but how many here have heard the term social jet lag? One, okay. So social jet lag is a term used to describe a mismatch between how your body wants you to sleep and how your social schedule requires you to sleep. It's a form of sleep irregularity that's measured on a weekly timescale. Social jet lag often occurs for night owl types of people who are forced to wake up in the morning for work during the week, but on weekends, they're free to sleep as late as they want. While this may sound innocuous enough, in the sleep literature, it has been linked to obesity and smoking. So in this figure, we have plotted the social jet lag without absolute values for almost 4 million Samsung Health users globally. The data shows that 29.4% of these users suffer from at least 1 hour of social jet lag, and on average incur 32 minutes and 17 seconds of social jet lag. Now, previous studies of this type have been limited to collecting data manually from surveys, or when they use actigraphy data, the data is collected from within a particular geographical area where the study could recruit participants. Samsung Health, however, has a global reach, and while it has a global reach, it can also provide statistics for local demographic groups. So let's take a look at social jet lag for Korea and the United States. For Korea, only around 21% of the users experience social jet lag. In contrast, in the United States, over 30% of users experience greater than 1 hour of social jet lag. So the chance that a user suffers from social jet lag or other sleep ailment is strongly dependent on their demographic. Okay. Now, fitness is a key factor in driving good sleep quality. So Samsung Health includes sophisticated activity tracking features. Among those is its step count monitoring capability. Here, we take a look at the average daily step count the average daily step count per week for users in 4 different countries. These are Korea, Sweden, the United States, and India. While not shown here, so as we can see here, users in Korea and Sweden walk significantly more than those in the United States and India. While not shown here, users in Korea and Sweden have significantly lower BMI than that of the average user in the United States or India. And this may be linked to how the average user walks on a particular day. Furthermore, we see that in March 2020, the United States and India, which had COVID lockdowns, had significant decrease in average daily step count, whereas in Sweden and Korea, which did not have COVID lockdowns, they did not see a significant decrease in their daily average activity. Now, sleep coaching. Sleep coaching was first introduced into Samsung Health in February 2020 and is now being enjoyed by hundreds of thousands of users across the globe. Fitness is a key. Hang on a second. Fitness is a key factor in driving good sleep quality. No, sorry. Go back one slide. Go back one slide, please. All right. The text is. Can we scroll up, please? The text. No, down. Go to 26. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. All right, stop. Go back. Go back, please. Okay, so sleep coaching, the way this works is the Samsung Health looks at the the user behavior for a week, and then measures it on 3 different factors. Those 3 factors, then it gives you one of the 8 sleep animals. Now, to get a feel for how effective the sleep coaching is, we took a look at how users. Could you slow down, please? Go down again. Go down again. To get a feel for how effective the sleep coaching is, we look at users who completed 75% of their sleep coaching tasks and those who compared them to those who completed 25% or fewer of their tasks. In general, we found that users who completed 75% of their tasks or more were about 20% more likely to improve their sleep than those who did not. But this depends on the type of the animal that they were classified in. And we found that sharks who completed 75% or more of their tasks were 33% more likely to improve in at least one or more of their sleep metrics than users who completed 25% or fewer of their tasks. Today, we introduced some of Samsung Health's sleep data. Thank you for your attention, and I'll turn it over to Alex Gao.
Please join me in welcoming Head of Digital Health Lab at Samsung Research America, Alex Jun Gao.
Think about the last time you checked your phone, watch, or computer. Probably just a few minutes ago. Now imagine if there was a way to unleash the full potential of these devices to measure, predict, and improve your health. I'm Alex Gao, leading the Digital Health Lab at Samsung Research America. Today, I'm excited to announce our Open Innovation Initiative, a new multi-year collaboration with the leading universities and academic hospitals to truly push the frontier of possibility for wearables and devices in digital health. The mechanism of open innovation has been specifically developed to align the curiosity and creativity of cutting-edge academic research institutions with the focus, capacity, and infrastructure of Samsung as a leader in consumer tech. At Samsung, we recognize the importance of growing promising new ideas in digital health. And by collaborating with the world's best healthcare and academic research institutions, we're greater than the sum of our parts. With the launch of this initiative, we engage with selected institutions who have successfully applied to our request for proposals to co-innovate in this space. Our shared aim is to co-develop novel digital biomarkers for early detection, risk reduction, and effective care at home in the domains of cardiovascular, sleep, pulmonary, and mental health. We're excited to share with you today our inaugural Open Innovation cohort, selected from a highly competitive field of applicants. Our first research collaborator is MIT, where the investigators are diving into a common problem that affects us all: sleep issues. This effort is led by two brilliant researchers at the MIT Media Lab, Professor Patty Moss and Professor Rosalind Picard. Did you know that over half of the world's population struggles with sleep problems? It's a significant concern, and poor sleep reduces the United States GDP by almost 2% a year. However, current sleep tracking devices only provide basic information. We want to go deeper. Our shared research with the MIT Media Lab takes a deeper look at your sleep, while also aiming to provide you with personalized interventions to improve it. We think that wearables can go beyond their existing abilities of sleep time and stages by modeling your sleep regularity, sleep homeostasis, and your personal circadian rhythm. This will then allow us to build a unique sleep profile. Are you an early bird or night owl? What time of the day does your body's sleep pressure increase? What's your sleep debt over the past week? And then provide a personalized suggestion to improve sleep habits that are also tied to improvements in fatigue, mood, cognitive performance, and depressive symptoms. Plus, we're exploring innovative methods to help you sleep better in ways to maximize your cognitive performance for the important events in life, like upcoming exams or job interviews. Our second collaboration explores something we have all pondered. When I get sick or injured, why do I bounce back differently than my friend with the same issue? Our partners, Dr. Callum McRae and Dr. Bruce Levy at Brigham and Women's Hospital, are dedicated to understanding this very concept of frailty and its opposite, resilience. This is defined as an individual's capacity to recover from a stressor, be that an injury, surgery, or viral illness. The twin concepts of resilience and frailty are intuitively understood by the wider world. We know that different individuals will respond differently to various stimuli, such as disease, surgery, or mental stress. However, there's no clear way to measure these concepts, with current medical practice relying on a doctor's judgment, usually limited to a specific area. For instance, one way a doctor may consider whether a patient may tolerate heart surgery is to ask the patient, can you climb a flight of stairs while carrying 2 grocery bags? We think we can do better than this. With our partners at Brigham and Women's Hospital, we aim to develop a more universal, objective, and quantifiable metric for resilience and frailty in both health and disease. Wearable sensors offer a unique opportunity to map individual trajectories of recovery or deterioration in order to predict a response to a given stressor. This will be enabled by a multidisciplinary team at the BWH, as well as a large patient population they serve with various ailments and levels of resilience. Not only would measuring one's resilience provide a wealth of information for doctors to make better decisions for your care, but it would also give every individual actionable insights to build their resilience for whatever stressor may come. Our next partner in the inaugural cohort of the Open Innovation Initiative is based out of Tulane University in New Orleans. Dr. Nasir Marouche who leads the Tulane Heart and Vascular Institute, is passionate about cardiovascular disease, and for good reason. Nearly half of the US population is affected by this condition, making it the leading cause of death worldwide. However, there's a lack of reliable data from wearables that can predict long-term cardiovascular risks. That's where our partnership comes in. We're embarking on a significant study using Tulane's expertise, their heterogeneous patient population, and a data-driven machine learning approach to tackle cardiovascular disease head-on. Our aim is to extrapolate the risk more effectively, provide better insights and care, especially for underserved communities who are often left out of such research. The final partners to round out this year's cohort have been selected from several world-renowned researchers at Samsung Medical Center in Seoul. As one of Korea's leading medical institutions, SMC is known for their clinical expertise and research capabilities. Together, we're working on a range of clinical areas. First, we'll engage in co-development of solutions for cardiovascular diseases, expanding on our validated atrial fibrillation capabilities, as well as developing novel ways of detecting and predicting heart failure. Next, we're diving further into the science of sleep, exploring ways we can predict sleep apnea and a range of other sleep disorders. Finally, the opportunity for devices to improve our mental health is widely recognized, but largely untapped. Working with Samsung Medical Center, we hope to understand the signatures of depression from our devices and enable early prediction of mental health challenges. Our goal is to use wearable tech to predict and prevent disease and all these health issues, making prevention the best medicine. In summary, our Open Innovation Initiative is all about joining forces with the universities and hospitals to leverage technology for better health. With MIT, Brigham and Women's Hospital, Tulane, Samsung Medical Center as our collaborators, we're embarking on an exciting journey to empower consumers to take better care of their health and well-being. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy the rest of SDC.
Please put your hands together for Software Engineer of Health SWR&D Group at Samsung Electronics, Sung-Chul Lee.
Thank you for attending the health session. I'm Sung-Chul Lee, who is developing Health SDK and watches Samsung Health. I'm very happy to introduce Privileged Health SDK to you. Let's look at more Samsung Health SDKs. On a Galaxy Watch, Samsung's Privileged Health SDK provides health sensor data tracking for Wear OS applications. On an Android phone, Samsung Health Stack provides Samsung Health data to Android application. We will see Samsung Health Stack more later. Samsung Privileged Health SDK is a development kit to track health sensor data from Galaxy Watch's bioactive sensor. Both raw and processed health data can be used in Wear OS application to assess the user's health status from various perspectives and improve their health habit. The application can track PPG infrared and oxygen saturation on demand, and accelerometer and heart rate, including interbeat interval, can be retrieved continuously with batching event. The SDK is available with the Galaxy Watch 4 series and later models running Wear OS powered by Samsung. Let's see the SDK's advantages. Body composition, oxygen saturation, and skin temperature measurement are Galaxy Watch's specialized and the most useful features for watch application. Applications using Samsung's privileged Health SDK can implement those special features easily. The SDK's batching data event minimizes the watch's power consumption, allowing your application to monitor the user's status for an extended period. Raw health sensor data retrieved through the SDK is helpful for data analysis and developing your own algorithm. We will see a partner use case of ECG data monitoring and early detection. Processed health data like oxygen saturation or heart rate is highly usable and can be used directly in application. We can announce the latest SDK with the release of Galaxy Watch 6 to meet the requirement of our partners. The latest SDK has added a new skin temperature tracking feature. This session introduced newly added sensor and describe how to use the API with brief code snippet. In addition, I will also explain the improved interval and swirlers tracker. Let's focus on the skin temperature sensor. A temperature sensor detects heat and converts it into an electrical signal to measure it. Starting with the Galaxy Watch 5, a contactless temperature sensor was included to measure the radiant heat. Contactless temperature sensors have several advantages over contact sensor, including insensitivity to environmental temperature changes, shorter measurement time, and the ability to measure without physical contact. Infrared-based temperature sensors measure temperature by converting infrared radiation energy into electrical energy. The skin temperature API of the latest SDK can measure both object and ambient temperature through continuous on-demand method. Since it is a contactless, it can be measured even if the watch band is loosened by movement. Skin temperature sensor has been included in Galaxy Watch 5 and later models. The skin temperature tracker provides two measurement methods, batching and on-demand. The batching method stores sensor data in the MCU memory without waking up the CPU. When the CPU enters a sleep state, when the MCU memory is full, it wakes up the CPU and delivers it at once, enabling long-term measurement with a minimal power consumption. It is a useful way to continuously observe health conditions for a long time, such as during sleep. If the screen is turned on in the batching method, it is measured every minute cycle. When the screen is turned off, the data measured every minute is delivered every hour. The on-demand method can be used to measure when necessary according to the user's intention. This method provides measurement result faster than the batching method. The value of the skin temperature sensor can be utilized in various places. For example, the measured skin temperature can be used to predict the menstrual cycle. Samsung Health introduced a function to predict the menstrual cycle using skin temperature data measured during sleep. The measured skin temperature and algorithm can be used to show the expected ovulation date and predicted fertile window together. In general, the skin temperature rises during the ovulation period, which is the middle point of the menstrual cycle, and then the skin temperature decreases when a new cycle begins. Galaxy Watch's skin temperature sensor can be used to detect fine changes in skin temperature and predict the cycle more accurately. Skin temperature is greatly affected by the surrounding environment. For example, one day when the surrounding temperature is high or the sunlight is strong, the skin temperature rises after intense movement, such as exercise. Therefore, in order to obtain basic body temperature data to predict the menstrual cycle, it is recommended to measure skin temperature during sleep with a few obstacles. In addition, since the skin temperature sensor of Galaxy Watch measures temperature in an infrared manner, the temperature can be measured exactly even if the surrounding environment changes. Also, the measured skin temperature can be used to improve your sleep habit. Skin temperature is more variable than body core temperature, usually decrease when you fall asleep and increase when you wake up. Fluctuations of skin temperature during sleep can interfere with the sleep quality. So, make sure your bedroom or bedding isn't warm. Lower body temperature makes the body feel drowsy, so keeping the bedroom temperature low can help improve sleep. For example, cool bedroom also help with a better sleep. A drop in deep body temperature is associated with the feeling sleepy. So, colder temperature can help you start sleeping. On the other hand, in an environment that is too warm, it interferes with the natural sleep-wake cycle and extending the time before falling asleep and shortening the total sleep time and REM sleep and deep sleep after start of sleep. The optimal sleep temperature is slightly different for everyone, so it is also a good idea to find the sleep temperature for your own sleep environment. Next, now let's learn how to use the skin temperature API. For SDK use, the application must be connected to the health tracking service. Once the application is connected to the SDK, we only need to call 3 API used the sensor. First, register the listener to start the sensor. Second, get the sensor value. And third, when the measurement is completed, stop the sensor. Now, let's look at the code to use the necessary API. First, register the listener using the setEventListener API to start the sensor. When setEventListener API is called, the skin temperature sensor is initialized and temperature measurement starts. Second, get the sensor value when the sensor starts. On data received API is periodically called and the data point list is obtained from the sensor. Get the sensor value from the data point using getValue API. Object and ambient temperature can be obtained at the same time. Status indicates whether the measurement data is valid or not. Third, unregister the listener. When the measurement is completed, use onSetEventListener API to stop the sensor. Now, we will look at all 3 APIs for using the sensor. Now, let's pivot to the interbit interval and swellness tracker, which are enhanced features in the latest SDK. HR Tracker analyzes the waveform of PPG sensor and provides heart rate and interbeat interval every second in order to minimize the power consumption. When the screen is turned off, the MCU collects up the 600 data point and provides it to the CPU only once every 10 minutes. Interbeat interval has many applications and can shed light on cardiovascular health. This allows us to calculate the heart rate variability used to assess heart health and autonomic nervous system function. Since the existing SDK synchronizes the interbeat interval with the sampling rate of the heart rate, it was possible to provide only one per second. Most regular heartbeat rhythm can be delivered once a second without loss of information, even if they provide an interbeat interval. However, irregular heartbeat rhythms or arrhythmias can complicate this detection. Therefore, the latest SDK has improved to deliver up to 4 interbeat interval measurements per second. This improvement enables monitoring of additional abnormal heart rhythms. This information is also used in stress tracking, sleep stage detection, irregular heart rate detection, women's health, and mental health assessment. In women's health, when body temperature rises, interbeat interval can be accelerated with the heart rate, which can change the regularity of heart rate variability. Interbeat interval can also be used at this time. The sweat loss tracker provides an estimate of how much water a user needs to drink to recover after exercise. The latest SDK enables more accurate prediction by using the skin temperature sensor instead of thermistor. When exercising, skin temperature changes with the intensity of exercise, and there is a correlation in which sweat occurs according to the ambient temperature. While earlier thermistor-based algorithm relied on indirect measurement, the latest algorithm can make more accurate prediction by directly measuring and analyzing skin temperature value. Next, I will introduce a partner who is developing their cutting-edge health solution using Privileged Health SDK. Medical AI is a leader in AI ECG. By leveraging a training library of over 3 million ECGs and a 100 petaflop supercomputer, medical AI is at the forefront of developing AI ECG products, not just for hospital, but also for daily life. Built upon a Samsung Privileged Health SDK, the HeartSafe app leverages Galaxy Watch to capture ECG data. This data is swiftly analyzed by AI, pinpointing anomalies like arrhythmias and QRS widening. Should any anomalies arise, HeartSafe seamlessly interfaces with medical AI's ATR software of medical center, empowering medical professionals to interpret the ECG and respond promptly to emergencies. Registered as a medical device by Korea Food and Drug Administration, this suite of software tools is now integral to patient monitoring in medical institutions and outpatient care. Additionally, businesses are deploying HeartSafe app as an instrumental resource for bolstering employee health and averting major accidents. In one recent case, the combination of Galaxy Watch and HeartSafe app proved to be life-saving. a 70-year-old woman who had previously undergone heart surgery and had atrial fibrillation complained of recurrent severe dizziness. After a series of tests at a hospital, there were no abnormal findings. Consequently, she was equipped with a Galaxy Watch integrated with the HeartSafe app and was discharged. At home, she had an episode of intense dizziness. She took an ECG reading through the Galaxy Watch, which revealed a dangerously heart rate of 40 BPM. The HeartSafe app promptly flagged this as an emergency, and she was admitted through the emergency department and had a pacemaker placed. This story showed that the Galaxy Watch and HeartSafe app can begin to fill gaps in our healthcare system and save lives. The Code Lab on the Samsung developer site introduced best practice. In Health Code Lab, you can practice coding for skin temperature measurement and sending the watch heart rate to an Android phone using Easy Guide and sample code. Visit the Code Lab page and try using the privileged Health SDK. You can visit the on-site Code Lab here at SDC. Privileged Health SDK is available after registration. You can apply to the partner program to use SDK on the health page of Samsung developer site. The partner program manager will review the application and reply. So far, I have explained about the latest Privileged Health SDK. After a 10-minute break, we will explore Samsung Health Stack for health research. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Head of Data Service Lab at Samsung Electronics, Eric Song.
Hello, I'm Eric Song from Samsung Research. Today, I'd like to introduce Samsung Health Stack 1.0 for healthcare research. Samsung is contributing to the healthcare ecosystem by providing various health SDKs. Samsung Health Stack is an open source SDK that Samsung has been developing since last year. In this session, I'll introduce the newly added 1.0 features and explain use cases to help you understand what Samsung Health Stack is and how to use it for healthcare research. For those interested in the structure of our discussion, our presentation will be separated in 5 parts. Before we dive into the introduction of Samsung Health Stack, I'd like to briefly explain the background and history. Slide back, please. Yeah. In recent years, we have witnessed a significant onward trend in data accessibility for consumers. The increased use of data complementing evidence-based research emphasized the importance of data from both users and healthcare professionals. Additionally, with the new sensor data from wearable devices, such as skin temperature or sweat loss, there is a huge opportunity to conduct biomarker development case studies using wearables in combination with user-generated lifestyle data and personal medical data. We investigate typical clinical research workflows to identify unmet needs in digital healthcare research with watches and phones. Generally, the research flow starts with participants connecting to health data storage through applications or medical devices. After data collection, the organization needs to store and analyze the data. The organization also needs to establish a backend for the collection process. However, building all these pipelines from scratch requires significant amount of time and resources. So we developed Samsung Health Tech to address these challenges. We are taking a holistic approach. The collection, storage, and analytics will be covered under one solution, Samsung Health Tech. The objective of Samsung Health Tech is to provide end-to-end solutions to support various healthcare research endeavors. We extracted the common core features of research studies and modularized them in an App SDK, portal, and backend system. They are designed with the developers and researchers in mind, bridging cost and development gaps. As mentioned earlier, the entire system will be open source, and we invite all of you to join us. The App SDK provides various predefined UI templates to build a healthcare research application in a short amount of time. It also retrieves health data from wearable or mobile devices and sends it to the backend system. The backend system reliably and securely aggregates the data sent from the mobile application. The web portal then provides a dashboard to manage the health research project and analyze this data. For example, using Samsung Health Tech, you can easily and quickly establish a sleep research infrastructure. The App SDK can be used to implement study consent for participants. In addition, sleep time, sleep stage, and heart rate data required for sleep research are easily accessible by the App SDK. If you want to access SpO2 or PPG load sensor data, you can use the Samsung Private Health SDK in conjunction. Developers can also create custom tasks and surveys that participants can complete periodically, and the data collected through them is securely stored in the backend system. By using Samsung Health Tech, researchers can establish an infrastructure quickly and focus on studies such as algorithm development. There are additional benefits for researchers. Samsung Health Tech can monitor the data collection status of the study cohort in real time through the web portal. Moreover, using the SQL query API provided, the data can be visualized in many different ways. In the 1.0 App SDK, we added 3 new features: activity task, conditional survey, and education to address custom requirements. Activities allow researchers to collect specific type of data from users. 3 categories of activities are included in our system: motion, audio, and cognition, providing a total of 9 activity types. Motion activities are designed to access the major physical functions of the body, particularly movements and coordination. Audio activities focus on measuring and evaluating vocal and respiratory function. Cognition activities are designed to access and measure mental function and cognitive skills. For instance, the guided breathing activity involved the following audio instructions to take deep, controlled breaths. These activities can measure lung capacity, aid in relaxation, and be part of respiratory therapy. We received frequent requests for the survey branching function from customers, so we included it in the 1.0 release. Also known as conditional branching or skin logic, this feature allows you to tailor your survey to respondents based on their answers. This personalization enhances the survey's effectiveness by directing participants to specific questions or sections based on their prior response. Finally, we added the ability to provide clinical research education for study participants. You can add educational content to help users understanding the studies, provide articles, or include text answering their questions. In 1.0 backend web portal, we added visitor logging service feature. This is an innovative feature aimed at improving the efficiency and accuracy of documenting participant interactions during in-lab studies. This documented tool provides a robust platform to capture, manage, and review crucial visit data, facilitating a more streamlined research process. Samsung Health Tech is an open source platform with a scalable architecture. Therefore, developers can easily customize Samsung Health Tech to meet their own needs and use cases. We analyzed various research applications to identify areas that can be generalized. Based on this analysis, we built a structure that can be fully expanded. Many research applications consist of actions such as onboarding and surveys. So an action can be expressed as one or several pages, and each page consists of UI component and data. Based on this, we designed a hierarchical structure composed of tasks, steps, views, and models. Now, developers can create their own actions by expanding this structure. The conditional survey adapts survey content based on the user's response. Complex situations may arise in which answers to different questions need to be accessed together. To address this, we divided a simple structured language. It includes comparison expressions which determine true or false based on response to a question, and logical expressions which bind various expressions together. Moreover, developers can create new expressions or operations by adding just one line of code. We apply the hexagonal architecture in our backend system, which is a cutting-edge software platform technology. Previously, most backend services consist of 3 layers strongly tied to the entity, namely the schema of the database, which was heavily influenced by database modification. However, hexagonal architecture, essentially a sophisticated, clean architecture, focused on the domain, which has a least dependency on the database. So if necessary, developers can implement additional adapters that pitch the interface and use them according to their specific needs. Now, I will introduce some partners who are using Samsung Health Tech. The Institute of Cardiology is the main Polish clinical center for cardiology and cardiac surgery, with the highest reference score and quality management system certificate. As a prestigious academic healthcare institution, it plays a vital role in research, postgraduate training, and cardiology education. Furthermore, as the dominant hospital in the region, it provides 24/7 universal service for patients in need of cardiology or cardiac surgical interventions. The mobile application on phones or tablets enables patients to take surveys when notified and send the result directly to the web portal. The user-friendly web interface can manage devices from the study cohort, display warnings based on abnormal readings, set scheduled times for measuring sensor data, and present results in an easily readable way. Additionally, the Galaxy Watch application using Samsung Private Health SDK can manage sensing schedules, manage triggering notification, perform heart rate measurement, and send results to the portal. In addition to the healthcare studies conducted by Research Institute, various use case scenarios for Samsung Health Tech are being explored by partners. For example, Sorted, one of the early partners of Samsung Health Tech, is working on developing data biomarkers to diagnose musculoskeletal disease, Parkinson's disease, and even dementia using their wearable device, data insoles for shoes. Samsung Health Tech facilitates collection of this data. Another partner, All-Round Doctors, is integrating Samsung Health Tech into their digital therapy service for breast cancer patients to alleviate the adverse effects of treatment. They are also planning several clinical trials with thousands of patients starting next year to develop digital therapies for other types of cancers. Samsung Health Tech will play a crucial role in collecting real-world data for biomarker development. Devo, a startup developing a medical data platform for both patients and hospitals, is also looking to integrate Samsung Health Tech into their solutions. Since the release of Samsung Health Tech 1.0, we consistently receive two types of common requests from researchers. First, many researchers would prefer to use only the wearable web for their research and avoid smartphone application development altogether. Second, we have received a lot of interest in how the privileged Health SDK and Samsung Health Tech can be used effectively together. We will work to provide clear and more user-friendly guidance for developers looking to use both SDKs jointly. Our open source is available at GitHub right now. You can download source code from here and try to develop your own research application. Thank you for attending and listening to my presentation. We will invite the team back for closing.
All right. Thank you, Eric. As you just heard, Samsung is making a substantial investment to improve the health of billions of people and doing some exciting things in health, from open innovation with top academic institutions to launching SDK and API toolsets to empower our developer network. We look forward to joining forces with you in really transforming healthcare. We really need it. Have a great rest of the day, and see you at the Bits and Bytes party. Take care.